AITA? I told a man he was too old to have a toddler. 51F. Recently went on a date with a 54M. I knew he had 2 kids. While we were eating, he tells me their ages. 32F and 3M. That's a deal breaker to me. At my age with grown kids. 25M and 26F. The last thing I want to be bothered with is a man with a toddler and all the potential drama. The mom is 30. I went on with the date because I was having fun. When it was over, I had every intention of letting things just fade away. Yes, I can be passive-aggressive. Well, he called a couple of days later wanting to go out again. I tried the whole "I'm not ready" thing, but he kept trying. Finally, I told him that the fact that he has a toddler is a deal breaker. Too much possible drama and I am way too old for that. Hint hint. He told me I was being hypocritical since I was a single mom. I said a single mom of 2 grown kids. He kept repeating himself and I kept repeating myself. Finally, I told him that having a baby at 51 shows a stunning lack of judgment that I don't need in my world. He was quiet for a minute. Told me that was a messed up thing to say. He told me I should have told him that before he paid for my dinner and that it was a bitch move. Then hung up. AITA? NTA. If you'd opened with telling him having a baby at 51 showed a stunning lack of judgment, then I'd have said you're the aw. But you tried to let it fade away. You told him you weren't ready. And he kept pushing for more. That's probably how he ended up with a toddler in the first place. He sounds like the kind of man who keeps pushing until he either gets what he wants, a second date with someone who doesn't want to see him again, yay, or gets such a firm no, like the one you gave, that he can suddenly play the victim and complain about it. You dodged a bullet. I am glad someone thinks this is not normal. My father has a baby at 73 years old. I'm 30 and my youngest brother from his last marriage is 22. His oldest is near her late 40s. I've wrapped it around my head several times and this post summed it up. It shows lack of responsibility. He didn't care for his other kids and now wants to make it up in his old age. You made the right decision. NTA. Did everyone expect you to act gracefully and perfectly when dude wouldn't let up? You tried to be tact and spare his feelings and he still wasn't satisfied. Apparently it's okay to try to talk a woman out of rejecting you. NTA. He didn't take your no for an answer and pushed and pushed. Men who can't take rejection well are immature. He pressed you repeatedly. It always amazes me how people want the truth but can't handle it when they finally pressure someone and get the truth. NTA. I don't get the point of arguing with someone who turns you down. Like my instincts, lack of attraction, and lack of common ground told me to turn you down. But you made a good point. So I guess I am now stuck with you forever. NTA. What you said was mean, but honest, and only because he wouldn't back off. NTA. I don't know why I even have to say this. If you don't want to date someone with a toddler, breaking it off right away is the best thing to do. You weren't gonna tell him why, but he pushed. Some people don't listen to nice. NTA. Paying for dinner doesn't entitle him to anything from you. Not your time, not your attention, and certainly not an ongoing relationship. Which he should know if he's dated someone from a much younger age group and got a grown daughter already. Was thinking you were by the title. But when he wouldn't take no for an answer. Firmly. NTA. No is a full sentence and it's fine to have a list of deal breakers. Your kids were toddlers over 20 years ago. It's fine to not want to get involved with a toddler. I have a toddler. They're a lot of work. And how would you have known his son was 3 before dinner? That commentary sealed the deal. NTA. NTA. You tried to bow out gracefully. You tried to be polite about it several times. NTA. He should have accepted your no. He pushed. You answered him. NTA. 1. You tried to politely reject him. An NBSP. 2. He resorted to insulting you as a tactic to get you to continue dating him, which is a bad indicator of how he would act if you did continue to date him. An NBSP. 3. He has a child with a 20-something-year-old in his 50s. It may have been an accident, but that is definitely something to be concerned about, since in your story we saw him degrade you to try to get his way and use the fact he paid for your date as leverage. There are people who can genuinely find a connection with an age gap, but his reactions in this short story doesn't indicate that. An NBSP. 4. People drag young parents all the time, which indicates that age does matter when having a child, and it doesn't matter if it was an accident or not. While the young usually lack financial stability and life experience, the old usually lack health. What you can usually gain over time are the former two, especially with family support, while health tends to continue slipping away once you reach a certain age. Regardless of whether it was an accident, it was irresponsible for him to have a child at his age. An NBSP. 5. Could you have left out the fact that it wasn't responsible for him to have a child at his age with a much younger woman who he could exercise more control over? Yes. Did he continue insulting, guilting, and pressuring you to give your honest opinion? Yes. NTA. How the hell is he gonna raise a toddler when he doesn't understand the word no at his age? NTA. So at 50 he fucked a 26-year-old? That's really weird and kinda creepy, not to mention not being able to take no for an answer. I'd say you dodged a bullet for sure. He kept pushing himself on you. He didn't understand the word no. You shut him down. Good job. NTA. I kind of wonder if he didn't want her to raise his kids for him. Just speculation on my part. But I'm about that guy's age, and chasing around an elementary school kid is pretty danged exhausting. I can't imagine chasing around 2 toddlers. That was exhausting even when I was young and spry. NTA. I. 34F. Have a dad. 52M. Who recently had a child. 5M. With a woman. 32F. Who almost immediately left him. My dad sucks. I spoke out in court to try to get this woman that I don't even know full custody of my brother. My dad lies to his girlfriends about all sorts of random stuff constantly. He keeps a tally of women he's slept with. 500 plus several years ago. Every once in a while he'll meet a woman, fall madly in love and marry her within a few months. He's very controlling and likes to cut these women off from society. His most recent wife, the 32-year-old that had a kid with him, is from another country. I told her before they got married about how controlling and crazy my dad is, but she wouldn't listen. I was really worried about her because all his other wives were American and even they had trouble escaping him. She divorced him, but he still had a portion of custody. 2 days a month. So she couldn't leave the country with my brother. Now she's trapped in America for the foreseeable future. The pandemic hasn't helped either. In order to keep her job and house, she's resorted to having my dad care for their child 5 days a week. She can't work from home. And my brother is special needs. Reading your story made me wonder if this man is my dad. My dad is a 6 square feet Viking-looking dude with long blonde, gray hair and typically some sort of beard. Last I saw he had grown a beer belly. I haven't seen him in years, so IDK if anything's changed. If it is my dad, you need to run. No relationship with him ends in a positive way. Even if it isn't my dad. This guy sounds creepily like him. I hope he doesn't have too much info on you. Good luck. He paid for my dinner. Is this the new standard? Guy is owed another date because he paid for dinner? NTA. Why does a woman's rejection need to be nice? NTA. Unpopular opinion. NTA. You tried to say it nicely. He kept bugging you. You did not go out of your way to tell him he lacked judgment. He started the argument by comparing two completely different situations to one another and wouldn't let go, so you had to take more strict measures to be left alone. Edit. Okay. Not so unpopular of an opinion anymore. Just to clarify, the mostly NTA now looked a bit different when I first posted the comment. NTA. You kept telling him no and he kept pushing. If dating a man your age who has toddlers is a deal breaker for you, it's a deal breaker. He can feel upset and defensive. But too bad. You get to decide who you want in your life.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.